And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day. Welcome to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Number one goals are the same. We're going to educate, entertain, enlighten, and most importantly, we want to educate so that we can engage with you to help you win.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's your number one resource, and that is our consumer advocate hotline number. You can call or text that line. Also, consumerqb.com, consumerqb.com. Links to all of our expert contributors can be found there. You can see all of our expert contributors' contact information, reach out to them directly or directly through the show, and just submit the email form at consumerqb.com. We got an event coming up I want to let you know about. This is a great event for networkers out there. BYOB, it's Be Your Own Brand. Learn how to brand yourself to stand out. Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Nickel. That's New York Kitchen Lounge, right behind the Lucky Dill, just across the street from the International Mall. And it's hosted by, of course, the Consumer Quarterback Show, my team, Greg Maselli, Tampa Bay Business Network, Lindsay, my wife is going to be there as well. BYOB, great event coming up. Great opportunity to network with some of the Tampa Bay's best professionals and businessmen and women, salespeople of all types. And I think my man Kevin's going to be there as well. Kevin Fiske in the house.
For sure we're going to be there. Just like you said, be your own brand. We're excited about that opportunity. And but yeah, again, thank you for having us on the show. Love coming here. The excitement that we're getting with this. We talk about it occasionally, the down payment assistance program that we have available.
Yeah.
So the thing is, folks are sitting at home going, gosh darn it, I wish I could get a home, but I don't have the $5,000, the $10,000, the $15,000.
Yep.
You don't need that money because we have 5 different down payment assistance programs.
Yep.
Every lender out there will tell you, sure, we have a DPA, down payment assistance, but what they're going to have is the county program. And you and I both know, county program, oh, wait a minute, you make too much money.
Tough to qualify.
Yeah, you're not approved, or you're not a first-time home buyer, you're not approved, or they want you to purchase in a specific area,
right.
a specific census tract. That is not what we have with our 5 different programs. So this week has been amazing with just the amount of, I think the fire's catching on, if you will, because it just folks are starting to respond, call in, and the amazing thing is, okay, here's your keys. Who's next? Here's your keys.
Yeah.
I feel like Oprah. You get a house. You get a house. You get a house.
That. Yeah, I love that, man.
It's very nice.
Yeah, helping out, changing lives. It literally does. It changed lives. It builds a better legacy for the family. The kids see that, and the kids say, "Hey, this is possible. It's something that we can attain. This is the American dream." Helping people gain their home ownership. So Kevin Fiske in the house, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. We also have attorney Jason Coble coming in as well. I want to give a big shout out to our friends at Replenish IV Solutions. I just left their office down there on Gandy Boulevard, and I got a bag of awesome goodies put in my body here. The Replenish IV Solutions, they got vitamin infusion drips, fatigue fighter, detoxification, ozone therapy. Say hello to Steve and Lisa Gunnan at Replenish IV Solutions. They also have a location in Carrollwood now, right off of Bears and Del Mabry. And Replenish IV Solutions, the science of nutritional balance. You get vitamins, minerals, electrolytes directly into your bloodstream. That's where you need it. A lot of times when you take those vitamins, they chew up, they go in your digestive system, and they don't get there.
So can I ask you a question on that,
Yeah,
Brandon?
certainly.
Because I know right now you're just not feeling well. So you had said that you actually did one of those things. I mean, we've all heard about it. So, do you instantly feel a difference, or is it over the next 24?
Some people do, and some people are more in tune with their body than others. And I've always been the one that's not as in tune.
Takes a minute.
Yeah, like I don't really notice things as much as some people do. I just kind of roll with it and go with it. Whereas my wife on the other side, she's very in tune with her body. She's on day 20.
Yeah.
She's on day 23 of her cleanse.
Yep.
She's doing a cleanse for 23 days. She's dedicated, and the discipline that takes.
Yeah.
So it's different.
I
different
tip my
people.
hat. Yeah.
Yeah,
real.
man. Yep, she's lost like 20-something pounds, I think, and just doing
Good for her.
Yeah,
Awesome.
doing awesome with that cleanse. But yeah, so I just whenever I start to feel a little something come on, at least once a month, I'm over there visiting Steve and Lisa over at Replenish IV Solutions, and get it plugged in right into the kind of like a oil change,
So what is it? Just 5 minutes or less, or it's free, or I mean, what?
Well, it takes about 30 to 40 minutes, I think, for that bag to fully go into the body there.
And it's
a drip.
just like multivitamin. I mean,
Yeah. So it's just like you see like a maybe in an ambulance or a hospital, how they have that bag,
the IV.
that
And
IV bag. They take the IV and they shoot the different types. Like they gave me extra vitamin C today because I've got a trip coming up. So they gave me, if you're going to be on an airplane, any kind of trips. Yeah, so they put that vitamin C in there, Bs, like all types of different things.
So there's a list depending on what you're looking for.
Yep, different style, different things, different people. Like when Ken Shamrock was in town, I took him down, and we both
he
we
double
both got one.
dipped. He went in hard, didn't he?
We both got one, yeah, because he had a long flight back to Reno.
Right.
About out west. So yeah, so we love our partners. We got a lot of great partners here, around the show, and doing a lot of good, man. We have great every week. We get a lot of calls, people calling in saying, hey, how can I improve my credit? I want to know more about that down payment assistance program. Tell me more about this consumer debt attorney that you had on, talking about robocalls, blowing up people's phones. And here's what I tell them to do.
Bye, Felicia.
Whenever they call you, just hit them with that, But there's a lot of ways we help people, and in almost 6 years now on air, we just love what we do. We are that consumer advocate.
For sure.
And of course, my wife and I own Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. So we've got a couple of hot listings here. I want to let you know about this one here in South St. Pete, 4101 Coquina Key Drive, Southeast. 4 bedrooms, 2 full bath. You also have a half bath as well. $429,000 waterfront home right on the deep water canal with bay access. You're literally out into the bay within a matter of minutes. 4101 Coquina Key Drive, Southeast, hot real estate property listing there. 207 Coronado Drive over in Clearwater Beach. This is a $3.5 million property. Just a great opportunity for that investor, that buyer, that entrepreneur, maybe a restaurateur, someone who wants to buy and be right on the beach across from the Wyndham Grand, across from the Hyatt. You're talking about multiple hundreds of $1 million of assets right across the street. Pier 60's right down the road. The walkability of that area, I know sometimes people say, well, there's not much parking. Well, the walkability with thousands of hotel rooms, local residents, lots of people walking up and down that beach. Perfect for a liquor store. Would be perfect for some type of a development. We're going to go vertical a little bit, have a couple different floors there. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, for sure. That location, you look at those pictures, there is no other spot. So if you want something on the beach, you need to be there.
It's a great spot, man. The number one beach in the world, in most people's opinion. It just came out
Over
again.
and over.
Number one in the United States. Great real estate property. Hot listings. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com. PlatinumMVPTeam.com. And we got Kevin in the house. We got our feel good story of the day as well coming up here. Every day we tell you something positive in our feel good segment. So we got a Kansas woman who buys out local Payless store and sends the shoes to Nebraska to flood victims. So pretty cool stuff happening there as well in our feel good segment. So yeah, Kevin, I wanted to have you today discuss a little bit more about what we're seeing in terms of down payment assistance. I like how you led in with that. 100% financing available. I think people don't realize that it's not for first-time buyers. This is 100% financing, and it's not just for VA. Like veterans, we know, we've heard that from lots of people. Veterans get the 100% financing, but you have a very unique fund that you utilize, and we're not going to give out the name, I don't think, because we don't want people kind of copycatting. You know how that goes on. But yeah, talk about that. The ability to get people into a home with literally zero down payment. They can even have gift funds. They can have seller concessions and get into the deal. Do they have to have some of their own money, or can they literally get into that deal with no money out?
In a nutshell, Brandon, what it is out of pocket, probably the only thing in the whole process you might end up having to spend is for a home inspection.
Right.
Obviously, and as a lender, we don't even require that. So, but we would encourage, like if I'm buying a home personally, I want it inspected because they're going to, the roof, the heating, the air conditioning, those. I mean, you would certainly recommend that to each person. So, a couple $100, whatever that is, but the down payment itself. So it doesn't matter if you're going FHA, it doesn't matter if you're going conventional. Every program out there is going to say this is the required minimum down payment. Mm-hmm. We can take care of that. So if you're just throwing out numbers, if you're looking at a $200,000 home, you want to go FHA, you're going to have to put 3.5% down. So $7,000.
Yeah.
Most folks will, a first-time home buyer or not, because that doesn't matter. You can be a repeat offender, buying more. It's not your first home.
Right.
And it doesn't matter what your income is, but we'll take care of that down payment assistance so that basically it's a soft second. And just like you said, what that means, 100% financing, just like a VA mortgage. So all these common misconceptions that we hear every day when we take applications, when we finally get someone to like, I want to see what you can do for me, but I don't have 20% down. It's like, well, first of all, you don't need 20 ever. You don't need 20% unless you're doing like an investment property. But if you're buying a primary, I mean, we'll put all the pieces in play where 100% financing, doesn't matter your income, doesn't matter first-time home buyer, doesn't matter where you're buying. Hell, anywhere in the country we can take care of this except for New York and West Virginia. Sorry.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
it's a
really
no-brainer. And so more and more people are actually understanding it, wrapping their head around it, and they're taking the chance.
Yeah.
And they reach out to the show, they reach out to us, and it's like, wow, I didn't know I could do this. Okay,
Self-employed, W-2, doesn't matter.
Correct.
Correct. I love it. Good stuff. All right, Kevin Fiske, more from Kevin coming up after this short break. We're going to have a quick timeout for you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And when we come back, more from Kevin, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, a highly respected local lender. He's a veteran himself. We're going to talk a little bit about VA loans as well when we come back. Attorney Jason Cobo expected to be on the show. We'll see. And more from our expert contributors. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. We want to help you win. We want to help you win in your real estate game as well, buying, selling, or investing. We've got experts that can help you. My wife is also a feng shui expert and energy healer as well. So she's got her company, Feng Shui of Tampa Bay, as well. If you're looking for any of that, feng shui consulting, home clearing, energy healing, couples healing, meditation, workshops, all types of cool stuff, pranic healing and body sculpting as well. Lindsay Rhymes can help you with that. And we're back here in studio. We got my man Kevin Fiske in the house, local lender. He's a veteran, and he's going to help you with 100% financing. We also have veteran programs as well. This segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving. The official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Brothers Easy Moving. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, they do a great job. They are a first-class organization, and they do a wonderful job. They moved us personally from our home in Tampa to our new home on the lake, and we had a great experience. They are among the best reviewed movers in all of Tampa Bay as well. 4.6 on Google. They have an A rating on their Better Business Bureau and Angie's List, and a 4.5 rating on Yelp, and they've also won the Super Service Award multiple times. Brothers Easy Moving. Reach out to them for all of your needs, whether it's local move or a long distance move. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Make sure you give Gary Thacker a call. He's the owner. And let him know that you heard about this commercial program, and he would love to hear that feedback from you. And he's going to offer you some special incentives as well. All right, we're back here in studio. Hot listing here in Tampa Bay. This property, it's a gorgeous property, 1682 Palace Drive in Clearwater, 1682 Palace. This is an opportunity to own just a nice single-family home in a very nice community. Palace Drive in Clearwater, updated split floor plan, eat-in kitchen, lighter colored kitchen and bathrooms. Just a great opportunity at 1682 Palace Drive in Clearwater. Also have property here in Largo. This property is 1401 Seminole Boulevard. 1401 Seminole Boulevard. Vacant land. This is a commercial opportunity. Corner lot. Vacant land. Almost an acre. 0.82 acres. And it's got a great opportunity here. Ideal for office, medical, retail, restaurant, goods and services. All types of good opportunities here. Hot real estate market here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And we're really excited about our show now on Apple TV, Amazon TV, Roku, 85 other outlets. We are also seen on the American Dream television show, as seen on the American Dream television show as well. And really making some waves with that, featuring some of our high-end real estate listings. Our recent video, we did an actual MTV crib-style walkthrough of our home on the lake. And we did a lake life video. Really cool. I had my brother and
I've been out to your shack.
out there.
I've been out to your little shack.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. We got, that video's coming out. I can't wait to see, because we did like 30 minutes of footage, which they actually cut down to the best 5 minutes for a segment.
Perfect.
For the TV show.
It's a beautiful home.
Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man, to see how that turns out. And we went over to the Tarpon Turtle there on Lake Tarpon. But lots of fun. So, Kevin, let's change some lives here, man. Let's help some people. I think a lot of times we talk about renters, the need to get them into home ownership. We've got the veteran programs available to us now. Where do you want to go with it? I
mean, like you said, there's a list. So just yesterday from the show, we had someone give us a call, self-employed. He'd been turned down, and it's not a turn down. I mean, I love, just like you said, changing lives. Yeah. So I love when we get the calls, when we get the emails from folks that okay, the McQuicken, or, I don't want to say the Q name, but any of the other big lenders out there, it's usually, nope, you don't fit the cookie cutter.
That's right.
Well, we're not about cookie cutter. We're about portfolio. We're about, you're an individual. Let us look at the pieces of the puzzle, and we're going to put it together. So if it's credit, I can do rapid rescores. What that means to the listener is we'll address your credit for free. No cost, no obligation, no application fee. Figure out what we need to do. I mean, if there's some really heavy lifting, friend of the show, we can get the credit magician, William Crowley, involved. But, 9 times out of 10, we'll be able to do it. We'll be able to put it together quickly, find the solution. So it shouldn't be about credit. It shouldn't be about down payment. We got all those bases covered.
Right.
So really, if a person, as long as you got income, And a lot of people think, well, wait a minute, I don't have a W-2. Well, we have programs for that as well. So just like I said, Christopher called yesterday. He's self-employed, so there are no W-2s. So we'll look at tax returns, we'll look at bank statements. So there's a variety of different options and avenues that we can take. It's all about finding the solution.
Yeah.
So like you said, we are the consumer advocate. If you want to buy a home, if you think you can't buy a home, if you dreamed about buying a home, you need to contact the show. Give us a call. We will make it happen. We'll look at the pieces and figure it out.
Yeah, we challenge you to do that. If you've
sure.
been turned down by other lenders, we challenge you to give us an opportunity, because there's ways, and I've seen it. Kevin, he's saving another one of my deals.
Boom.
A deal fell through. The buyer couldn't get it done, or the buyer's lender couldn't get it done. I said, okay, let me get it to my man Kevin here, and then he looked at it. Yes, Brandon, we can do this. Give me 10 days, because the collateral's already been approved. The title's already been approved. Now all we have to do is get the income situation with the reserves, and Kevin's going to get them into one of his programs. The deal is saved. So it's amazing the difference in professionalism and knowledge out there. It really
Absolutely.
is. Because they could be coming from a bank or a credit union, or you never know. And those people, they're probably great human beings, great people, but some of these other lenders, they just don't have the programs. They don't have access to, or the decades of experience that you have.
For sure. We've been doing this a long time, and I am more than just a pretty face. So
Yes.
we'll all agree with that. So
There you go.
But again, the list of things that we can do, I mean, sure, any lender out there will say, okay, we have Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac,
Yep.
FHA, VA, but we can look at any one of those categories and see how we're different than what everyone else is doing. The VA, we're not going to charge our veteran. I mean, I'm a veteran, love the veterans, and in fact, I'm excited with what we do for the vets. No bank fee, no lending fee, we'll pay for your appraisal. We donate $125 per closed loan to one of 4 veterans charities. We've donated almost $3 million so far. I mean, what other lenders doing just for that little category?
I love that. Yeah.
So 100% financing, no mortgage insurance, all these different categories. I mean, don't even get me started with commercial. If anyone, wants to buy a franchise, buy a giant commercial property. I mean, from A to Z, soup to nuts, Lending Ninja. We can take care
The
of all of
Lending
it.
Ninja of Tampa Bay, mutualmortgage.com, mutualmortgage.com, Kevin Fiske. Now, Kevin, got a deal that we're structuring. Okay, I carry a lot of listings. I've got like 40-something listings, right? So
Okay.
every day I'm getting offers, I'm negotiating deals. I had an interesting one come across my desk. She said she's doing a veteran loan, and I
Okay.
saw the pre-approval, and it had like zero cost. Most people do, similar deals to what you're offering. Probably not quite as good because you're paying for the appraisal and stuff. But most of the time, you think about a VA deal, there's not going to be a lot of points and fees, right?
There really shouldn't be any points to the lender.
So with that same line of thought, I'm getting into structuring the deal here. So I want to kind of paint the picture for the listener, the viewer.
Okay.
Maybe they're on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku, listening to or watching our show. So when you look at that, she submitted an offer close enough to list price. It was a good offer, but she asked for 6% seller concessions. And then I was thinking,
Why?
Exactly.
Why?
And that's what I went back to her, and she's like, oh, well, I got to talk to my broker and see. So the idea of that is probably a
She
realtor.
doesn't know what she's doing.
Right, it's a newer realtor would be the point. So when you think about that, how much seller concessions would you need actually on a veteran loan? Probably not much at all, right? Just for insurance and
Title costs, really.
Yeah, just
Title
costs.
costs and your escrow. So your homeowner's insurance, setting up your escrow for whatever your property taxes are.
Yep.
Depending on what lender, though, just like you said, there are lenders. I saw a loan estimate from a different lender
Yep.
that was charging 1 point. Like, why are you 1 point in addition to the normal standard $1,500 that you might see, and they'll put it under underwriting fee, processing fee.
Right.
And so, again, my bank, Mutual of Omaha, we're not charging any of that processing, underwriting, application, no points. So right out the gate, you're going to save $2,000 with going with us.
Right.
But it won't be all this mumbo jumbo of, if someone's out there trying to do an offer of 6%, where, first of all, it's not allowed to go that high.
Yeah.
It caps out. So, yeah, it's like you said, it's all about you got to find someone, the right team, the right company
Yep.
that has the experience to put it together. So,
Yeah.
Platinum MVP, Mutual of Omaha, boom.
Not all lenders are created equal.
Amen.
Not all realtors are created equal.
For sure.
There's a lot, and it's actually, oddly enough, there's more and more people leaving the real estate market now because we're in the middle of that shift. So you're in the point where the shift is happening. It's becoming more difficult for sellers just to throw a property out and get multiple offers. That's not happening as much. Now, if it's priced right, then that could potentially still happen, especially if it's in the right area. But we're seeing a migration of real estate agents back into whatever field they came from, bartending or personal training or whatever they were doing. So it's interesting how the market moves, right? So the market's moving not only with the properties that are selling and that are going under contract and more expired listings coming up and less for sale by owners because it's not as easy as they think. Also, professionals are leaving the industry, so it's interesting when you look at those stats and you see
other people are leaving. Not you said professionals, so
yeah,
there's professionals and some people that have licenses leaving.
Yeah, exactly. All right, stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributor Kevin Fiske in the house, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. An interesting story in our feel-good story: Kansas woman buys out local Payless store and sends all the shoes to Nebraska flood victims. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leave on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at ConsumerQB.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. This segment's brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort. The official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is the Bilmar Beach Resort over on Treasure Island. awesome experience every time I go down there. I tell you what, it's filled with fantastic and generous amenities. They're all updated and just a great place to go hang out. 2 pools on site. You've got the Sloppy Joe's restaurant and bar and grill right there as well. Just a huge beach, just a nice little walkway out back. They've got that little new walkway that they put together, and it's completely renovated, updated. Great opportunity for business trips. If you're planning a business outing, why not host it at the Bilmar Beach Resort? Also, weddings. They do a great job with weddings. They got nightly music as well. Great place to hang out on the beach. Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. A couple of hot listings here I got to let you know about. We got a property at 7911 Jackson Springs Road in Tampa. This property is just a nice opportunity here, right in the middle of Tampa. It's a town and country area. The property has a large backyard. The bathrooms are updated. The kitchen still needs a little bit of remodel maybe, but it's a turnkey move-in ready property at 7911 Jackson Springs Road in Tampa. Also 1701 Mariner Way. This property is in Tarpon Springs. $370,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 and 1/2 bath, just completely renovated. The home has been remodeled. It's almost a half an acre lot. Deep water slips available for additional fee. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com, PlatinumMVPTeam.com for all your real estate needs. We're going to help you out. You got a search there as well. We got apps that we can give you and a great team of buyer agents. We're actually looking for agents right now that might want to join our team as well. Anybody out there knows of any other real estate agents looking to join a innovative and aggressive team, we will love to talk to them. 813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline. 813-670-7372. We're taking calls right now. Anybody who wants to talk real estate, mortgage, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, solar, so many different ways that we can help you here with the show. We've got 80-plus show partners, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, mortgage experts, home services experts, so many people that can help you live a better life, and we are that consumer advocate. Kevin Fiske in the house, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, the lending ninja here in Tampa Bay.
Hey.
Yeah, man. So when you think about the market, we're still in a relatively hot market. Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater. We're going into the prime selling season. These next 3 months are really kind of the peak. Great opportunities out there. People need to get pre-approved. Don't wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
And then there's also opportunities for investors too.
For sure. So just like you said, the market, it used to be game on for the sellers. You'd have a hot property to come out. When I say hot property, I just mean your $200,000 standard.
Yep.
I don't want to say entry-level home, but you get offer, and so we're hitting that kind of plateau where I think we're seeing the shift from that seller's market to more of a stable. So it's not necessarily a buyer's market, but the beautiful thing is with what rates are doing, we're at 14-month lows. They are not going to get any lower. If people are like, no, I'm waiting for it to go to 3 point. Okay, don't hold your breath because we'll call you Blue Boy because you'll be blue in the face before that were to happen.
And even then, if it goes to 3.25, whatever, you're not saving that much by waiting. Plus, the properties continue to appreciate, so you're actually potentially losing money.
That's it.
Purchasing power.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we have so many different avenues, programs, and options available to folks out there. And I know it seems like we talk a lot about the down payment assistance or the credit. The credit issues, but I don't want all our audience members to think that is our focus. Both you and I, it's like no. We have the programs for. We've got unique doctor programs. We've got 4 national programs. Where obviously 4 national.
Let's break those down. I like that. So,
okay.
So the doctor program, that's interesting. I've heard about that. So they realize like, hey, this is a very this is somebody that went to school. They've got great income.
They have $100,000 of student loans, and a regular loan, your debt to income ratio, you'd be blown out of the water. Mm-hmm. That doctor would never be able to buy a home. But just like you said, right out of doctor school, out of med school. And it doesn't matter if you're a dentist, doctor, veterinarian. If you met some kind of medical doctor, that we can exclude all of those debts, and you don't have to have a track record of showing, because normally it's like, all right, what have you been doing for the last 2 years? So we would have to show a trend of the income. But as soon as you're hired on by whatever hospital, doctor shop, you name it, it's here's the offer letter. We'll exclude that. So and the limits, the loan limits are like $1.5 million, $2 million. So again, audience members, please don't think, oh no, all we do and we just focus on there. But that's just been the hot thing lately, where that's what we're hearing from the audience when they call in, when they reach out to us.
That's right.
So we got the doctor loans. We have the Foreign National. So let's say we have someone from Canada that's listening that wants to buy. Well, obviously they don't have a social security number, so there's no way they're going to have you have no credit report. So we have a way around that, where we basically reach out to whatever bills they're paying in Canada and basically establish a non-traditional credit format for them, and that's how they'd be qualified.
So a non-traditional trade line.
Yes. So and it's not just Canada. It's literally the federal government will allow us to do virtually every nation except for, obviously, Iraq, North Korea, the ones, the terrorist states, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then our investor programs. There's a wide variety of what we can do for them. You don't have to be an experienced investor to make this happen. There are fix and flip programs. There are retention programs. There are Airbnb with the Airbnb concierge service. I mean, there's a million different. So if you're sitting at home thinking, oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda, because if you look at the numbers 10 years ago, if you would have bought a home 10 years ago, whether it's investment, this, that, the other thing, where you sit now with that property? They're all worth more than they were 10 years ago. You're creating wealth for you, for generations to come, your family, cash flow. I mean, the list goes on and on. So to sit there and think, oh, well, today's not the day. No, today's the day.
Yeah,
Reach out to the show. We'll find a different way. So if builders, if there are any builders out there, I mean, we are preferred lenders for several builders across the country. So, or just even the individual. If you have the dream home that you want to build, we do construction to permanent loans, meaning you have the lot, you find the builder, we'll fund it through the loan to the builder per your specs, and you build the dream home. So again, it's not just all about a first-time home buyer. It's not about, hey, you got credit issues, which obviously we do. Even someone, if you got out of bankruptcy yesterday, we have a program for you. If you had a short sale yesterday, we got a program for you.
What's the LTV on those, like loan to value wise?
Every single one is going to be different.
Yeah.
So which one are you talking about?
Right. Well, you mentioned the day out of bankruptcy. I'm just interested, how would that play out?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's not, no way is it going to be 100% finance. And
of course
like
not.
If you were a bankruptcy and it's like, okay, so you're rough, your score, credit's hammered. If you have the 20% down or even 25% down, we can move forward. So don't think, oh, goodness, I got to wait 7 years, 13 years for that to fall off my credit report.
Right.
That is not the case.
So many misnomers out there. 7 years on time. They have all these things. 7 years or 20% down payment, or they have a lot of these misnomers that are floating around. It's funny how that gets stuck in people's head and they just believe it that to be true.
Yeah, because they heard it in the break room from some guy that works in the cubicle next to him. It's like, no, talk to the professionals.
That's right.
Call the show. Call me. Call Brandon.
Yeah. Kevin Fiske in the house, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, mutualmortgage.com. And he's going to help you with all of your financing needs, refinancing, purchasing, conventional, FHA, VA, construction to perm, commercial loans, all types of ways that he can help you here. And let's talk about that for a moment. The builders, I like, the commercial side of things. What are you looking at when it comes to commercial? A little bit different game versus a residential deal, right?
It is. And so commercial, for sure, is kind of night and day from residential. So residential, I hate to say it, kind of cookie cutter, where we have the parameters and everything needs to fit there. So income, the time on the job, income, assets, credit, all that need to kind of fit that box. But commercial, it's not so much the person, it's the project.
Right.
So what is it you're doing? Are you buying an existing business? Are you trying to build a business? Are you buying a franchise? Or is it a 250-unit multifamily that's already in business? Or you want to build that from the ground up? I mean, we see all... Heck, I just did a Kung Fu school in Arizona where the guy bought $1 million building in Phoenix, Arizona, but it was an existing Kung Fu school. And so the right dot... It's all about just what is it we're trying to do? And we need to be able to show on paper, like, okay, is it making money now? Or what are you basing it on? So obviously a guy like the Kung Fu, where he had an established business, versus, hey, I want to quit my job as a computer IT guy because I love to cook, so I want to start a restaurant. Well, that guy has no history, so that's going to be a bigger challenge than the guy like, no, here, we're doing it. We've been doing it. We're living it.
Yeah,
So,
it just boils down to common sense a lot of times when you think about these decisions that underwriters are making, and because a lot of times they're packaging these loans up on the secondary market, putting them into what's called mortgage-backed securities and selling those on the secondary market to a lot of investors. Or, some companies actually retain those as a portfolio loan, and they will service those loans. And so there's different ways that these programs work, and that they make their way onto either the stock market or, I guess it's the stock market where they're traded. They're traded, as a mortgage-backed security on the market. So there's a lot of ways that works. But Kevin Fiske, he's very knowledgeable. He can help you here. Got a local office here in Tampa Bay. He can come out and do house calls, meet with you at your home or office, your business, or you can come in and meet with him at his office. Local lender, again, support the local economy. And we're going to take a quick time out. We'll be right back after this short break, and we're going to have a feel-good segment for you coming up. Kansas woman buys out a local Payless store for shoes and send them to Nebraska for flood victims. Stay with us. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by Trulieve on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty, helping you win in any marketplace. Hot listing here over in St. Petersburg, 7424 4th Street North in St. Pete. This property at $790,000, just reduced, and the owner is super motivated. This is a corner gas station for sale. Attention builders, entrepreneurs, business owners, especially if you're in that game of light mechanical work, because there's 3 bays here that are already there, ready to go. Lots of tools available. It has a small mini mart as well. Gas station at 7424 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. Owner's motivated on this, and it's a great location just north of downtown Tampa, St. Petersburg rather. Great opportunity for a business owner to purchase that property and make some money on it. Great opportunity there.
Real quick,
Yeah.
any viewers out there with that gas station, if you're, oh man, that's my dream, I'd love to have it.
Yeah.
Call us, because we can do that loan.
Can preview it,
yeah.
pre-approve them for the loan
For
itself.
sure.
Yeah, and a lot of times on the commercial side, it's the actual asset itself that drives the
That's
the
just
revenue.
what we're talking about.
Yep. So that's going to be a way that you can get involved with the real estate game here in Tampa Bay. Hot property listing there. Also got a property at 9th Avenue and Safety Harbor. This is vacant land, and I've got a lot of vacant land available. Anybody looking for vacant land? I've got multiple vacant land parcels. This one here is a nice opportunity at 9th Avenue and Safety Harbor. Right in a great little town in the middle of Tampa Bay. Safety Harbor, close to shopping and restaurants, banking, lots of great opportunities here in Tampa Bay. PlatinumMVPteam.com. Check out PlatinumMVPteam.com. Also got 84 acres out in East Hillsborough County that's available, just over $1 million. Just a great opportunity for development there at that property as well. Check out PlatinumMVPteam.com for all of our real estate property listings. PlatinumMVPteam.com. All right, so we got Kevin Fiske in the house, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Kevin, let's talk about our renters out there. We talk about this from time to time, but it's just such a need to get this message out. People don't understand that they're throwing away money to their landlord, or maybe they understand it, they just don't know that they can take action and how easy it is, especially with your 100% financing.
Yeah, so the folks that are sitting there renting, I say it, where you look back what you were paying 5 to 10 years ago. Every renter was paying less. Nobody's paying the same unless you're renting your mama's basement. So if you look forward 5 to 10 years from now, there's no way you're going to pay what you're paying right now, right, Brandon?
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
going to go up. So if you pull the trigger, jump in, give us a call. Whatever's holding you back, whether it's credit, it's your down payment, we'll get it addressed. We'll help you. We'll address it. We'll fix it. We'll pull it together. And next thing you know, you're king of the castle. So you can have friends over. You can get the big dog. You can everything that you normally can't do as a renter. But more importantly, 10 years from now, your mortgage payment will remain the same.
Yes.
While your friends that are still renting in that place are paying who knows how much more, but certainly
right.
more money. And you're building wealth. That is the largest purchase the average American will ever do, and it's the largest asset we will ever own as American. Yeah, make it rain up in here.
You're gonna grow your wealth, man.
For real. So you're doing yourself a disservice if you're sitting at home going, coulda, woulda, shoulda, I hope, someday.
Mm-hmm.
Today's the day. So we challenge you. Call the show, reach out to the show, and we'll do a rent analysis.
Yes.
So we'll take a look at what it is you're paying for rent right now versus what you're in a position to buy and own. You're the landlord. Fire your landlord. Make it happen. Just call us.
Yeah, you own it. It's a rent versus own analysis for the first 3 listeners who text the show. Call or text 813-670-7372. Call or text that line. Text the word rent in the amount of rent that you're paying to 813-670-7372. That's all you have to do is just text the word rent, and we're going to put you in touch with Kevin and his team, and we're going to make sure that we get back to you before our head hits the pillow on these, and you're going to really be surprised by the amount of money, especially once you project it out 5 and 10 years, and you look at those differences. I mean, you're talking thousands of thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in many cases, and it's like Kevin said, you know, the rent's always going to go up. And it's the same reason I like solar. Like, we just looked at solar for our home, And, you got to have long-term perspective, long-time perspective.
Right.
So when you think about it, if you make a decision today to either, buy a house, or in our case, we're looking at putting on solar on our home, because it's the same theory,
it's a
right?
no-brainer.
Because your rent's going to continue to go up. And if you look at solar, your energy bills are going to continue to go up.
Sure.
Whether it's Duke or Tico, whoever you're paying that monthly payment to, your energy costs are going to continue to rise. So if we were to put solar on our property,
It'll remain constant.
that's right, and it's a lower payment than you're going to pay for the actual electrical bill. Plus, you own it after 10 or 15 years. So
And
if
then
you
it's
double
zero.
up your payments, then we get that tax credit check back.
Yeah.
So then when you get that tax credit, you put it to the principal. Now you're owing that much less money. So it's just it's almost like they say a no-brainer. I mean, but you got to sit down and actually analyze the details, look at, how it's going to be looked at from a P&L perspective, and run your home like a business, right?
Yep. Call us and ask a question. That's all. I challenge every person out there watching and listening. Call us, and you will be surprised at how easy it is.
Yeah, and even if you're watching our show maybe on Apple TV, Amazon, Roku, you're in another state, or listening on the iHeartRadio app. Maybe you're listening from New York and on the iHeartRadio app. Kevin, you can do loans in all 50 states, correct?
Every state. You said New York. Every state but New York and West Virginia. Sorry, folks. But all 48 other states.
So that leaves a lot of others, yeah.
Yep.
So it's a great time to get in the market, buying, selling, or investing. It's still a good time to do, all of the above, because you've got to look at from a perspective of repositioning your equity. In some cases, you might want to move closer to work, closer to the beach. You break it down into the different ideas and the business decisions that you make. So we're talking with Kevin Fiske here, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Mutualmortgage.com is his website. Now, Kevin, the market is still moving. It's a fluid market. What are you seeing in general terms, like generally speaking? Like, what do you think is happening with the market, and where are we going?
Well, as far as rates, the Federal Reserve has announced 2019, we're kind of on autopilot, which is great, and that's based on the economy and inflation. So good news. I mean, if anyone's doing anything, you want to do it before this year is up, because in next year, 2020, they've said absolutely they're going to have to bump it again.
Yep.
So if anyone's sitting there waiting, okay, I'm timing the market, watching my watch, and I want all the rates to drop significantly, it's not going to happen. And like you said, I mean, even if it drops a quarter point, half a point, the average loan size out there, that is going to have a minimal impact on the overall payment. I mean, I know it sounds great when you're standing around the water cooler and you can tell all your buddies, hey, I got a mortgage for 0%. Well, hell, I wish we could do 0%. But, I mean, it is what it is. And even today, where we're at, the rates now are historically lower than where they've been our entire lifetime, Brandon.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we were kids and it was double digits?
Yeah.
And our parents were talking like, hey, I got a 12%. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely, it happens. All right, so every day we promise to tell you something good here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. With positivity injection for you here.
Tell me something good.
All right, so here's the Kansas woman. So a woman in Hayes, Kansas bought all the remaining shoes at her local Payless store and donated them to flood victims in Nebraska. Addie Tritt, 25, said she wanted to help others because so many people have helped her in the past. I have been so blessed, she told Hayes Post. There have been so many great people in my life who've inspired me. I see so many horrible things in the news. So many people have helped me when I was down. I want to help if I can. Payless is going out of business. When the price that Hayes dropped the store to $1 per pair, Tritt negotiated with the business to buy all of the remaining shoes. The retail price of 204 pair of shoes where she purchased would have been more than $6,000. I just hope this inspires people to volunteer or donate if you have been blessed, Tritt said. Feel good story of the day.
That's great. I mean, those people in Nebraska getting hammered with I couldn't even imagine. I saw a video of a dog that was trapped inside of a home where the water was that far up from the roof. And for a week, it'd been floating on a sofa.
Wow.
And some people went in a boat and were able to kick the door open and save the dog. But
I think I heard of that one.
Those poor folks. And not only that, but when you go to buy steaks down the road,
yep.
I mean, it's killed a lot of beef cattle. So,
yeah, it has, yeah.
enjoy your red meat while you can.
Yeah, there you go. All right, hey, another great show. I want to thank Kevin Fiske, Mutual of Omaha
My pleasure.
Mortgage.
Thanks for having me.
And great content today. I hope our listeners really that resonates with them. And it may not be for you, it may be for somebody that you know of. Put them in touch with the show. You can call our hotline 813-670-7372. You can reach us on Instagram at Brandon Rhymes1 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Consumer Quarterback Show page as well on LinkedIn and also on Facebook. We'd love to connect with you in any manner that you want to connect. ConsumerQB.com is our website, and we'd love for you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. It's real simple. All you got to do is pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need, or donate it at a bank. There's a lot of ways that you can donate. You can donate blood, lots of ways you can be a force for good in the community and continue to perpetuate the good in the community. That's what we always talk about here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. So follow us online. We got our event coming up as well on the 18th. Save that date, Thursday the 18th. It's going to be a fun time, and we'd love to meet with you and connect with some of our expert contributors there as well. And we are out. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show. Weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.